Of the 100 trillion cells in your body, 2 trillion are white blood cells. 4 kinds of white blood cells participate in the immune system's attack on pathogens: macrophages, killer T cells, helper T cells, and B cells. Each type of cell performs a different function. When an infection has progressed too far and all else fails, this is when the third line of defense kicks in, the cell-mediated response of killer T cells. Killer T cells work together with the 3 other white blood cells to fight off the infection. Macrophages work to consume pathogens in infected cells. The most important function they serve is to release the protein interleukin-1. Interleukin-1 acts as a chemical alarm to alert the helper T cells, and that calls them to action. Phagocytosis is another important function of these cells. Helper T cells secrete proteins which stimulate other cells to divide by activating the B cells and killer T cells with interleukin-2. Helper T cells, lymphokines, cause the macrophages to consume the infected cells, while interleukin stimulates killer T cells. They are programmed to recognize, attack, and destroy infected or foreign cells. B cells make antibodies and copies to send them into the bloodstream and attach themselves to pathogens. These cells can multiply rapidly, therefore they can attach themselves to multiple pathogens that might be present. B cells don't kill, they only mark infected cells to be destroyed by the killer T cells. Killer T cells are also activated by the chemical signal interleukin-2. They use receptor proteins to bind to cells infected with a virus or bacteria. Any cell in your body that is infected will be identified and consequently destroyed. The killer T cells work by secreting proteins called perforin, which punch holes in the cell's membrane, allowing the cell to fill up, swell, burst, and the contents to ooze out. It is important to note that killer T cells do not reproduce antibodies, and they cannot kill isolated virus particles. They need to be programmed with the antigen for the virus, at which point they then rapidly reproduce themselves and seek out the alien cells accordingly. By waging a continuous battle against virally infected cells, our T cells help to rid our body of most viral pathogens.